All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do a deep dive into Tega Industries.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're kind of a hidden giant,
Yeah, I've heard of them.
They're super important in the whole mining world,
Okay.
especially all those like essential parts
Right.
that keep mines running like smoothly.
Uh-huh.
Mill liners,
Okay, yeah.
those heavy duty things that crush up the ore.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to dig into all that today.
Sounds good.
And the cool thing is we've got a bunch of different sources to work with.
Oh, nice.
So we've got their official company documents, we've got their investor presentations,
Mhm.
and some really interesting snippets from their recent earnings call.
So we can get like a real behind-the-scenes look.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Good.
We're going to kind of see what's really happening
Yeah.
with Tega Industries.
Looking forward to it.
So to set the stage, they just released their quarterly and 9-month results.
Okay.
And it was a little bit of a puzzle.
How so?
Well, on one hand, they're doing really well overall,
Yeah.
but then when you look a bit closer,
Yeah.
some curious details start to emerge.
I see. So like a mixed bag.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, well, let's break it down then.
Okay, so at first glance,
Yeah.
Tega's financials look really strong, like
Yeah.
healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Their total revenue for the 9 months ending in December 2024 was a whopping $11,025.43 million.
Wow. Yeah.
Their EBITDA is $1,899.05 million, which means a 17.2% margin.
Not bad at all.
And their profit after tax is $982.11 million.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good.
Right.
But
Cool.
while the overall revenue is up,
Mm-hmm.
their profit for the 9 months is actually down a little bit.
Oh, interesting. So it's down year on year.
Yeah, year on year, just slightly, but still,
That is interesting.
it kind of suggests that there might be some things going on
Yeah.
that are impacting their profitability
Right.
that we need to kind of uncover.
Absolutely. Yeah, we need to dig a little deeper.
Exactly.
And figure out what's driving that.
Now, a big clue
Mm-hmm.
is in how Tega breaks down their revenue.
Okay.
They've got these two main segments,
All right.
consumables,
Yeah.
which includes those mill liners,
Uh-huh.
and then equipment.
Okay, so two different sides of the business.
Yeah, and those two segments are telling very different stories.
Really?
So consumables, that segment is booming.
Okay.
Like in Q3, their consumables revenue was up 24%
Wow, 24%.
year on year.
That's huge.
Yeah, so there's a steady demand for those essential parts.
Makes sense. The mines need to keep running, right?
Yeah, exactly. They can't just stop.
So what about the equipment segment?
Well, equipment's a different story.
Oh,
Their revenue's actually down a bit,
okay.
both compared to last year
Yeah.
and even the previous quarter.
So one's up, one's down.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So what's driving that difference?
Yeah, what's going on there?
Is it something specific to Tega? Or are we seeing, like, broader industry trends at play?
It's a good question.
Yeah, and it gets even more complicated
Oh.
because there's this other detail from the earnings call
Oh.
that caught our attention.
Mhm.
They've had to delay their expansion project in Chile
Oh, wow.
by 6 to 8 months.
That's a significant delay.
Yeah, and they're saying it won't affect revenue projections,
Uh-huh.
but, I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, delays, especially international ones, can be tricky.
Exactly. They can have ripple effects.
Absolutely.
So it's something to keep an eye on for sure.
Definitely. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Now, they're saying the delay is due to regulatory approvals.
Ah, that's pretty common with international projects.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a hurdle.
But still, it raises some questions.
Yeah, like how will this impact their ability to grow in the future?
Right.
Especially with the demand for copper being so strong.
Exactly. And they've got those ambitious plans for Dina Prime.
Oh, yeah, Dina Prime, that's their star product.
It seems to be a real game changer for them.
Yeah, it's a patent-pending product
Okay.
designed for those big mills that process really tough ores.
Right.
And it performs way better than those traditional steel liners.
So they're able to charge a premium for it.
Oh, yeah, they are, which shows they're pretty confident in its value.
And that customers are willing to pay for the benefits.
It's a big part of their strategy.
Yeah, it seems like they're betting on these high-value, specialized solutions.
Exactly, like they're not just a parts supplier anymore.
Right.
They're becoming more of a solutions provider.
That's a smart move.
And it could give them a real edge.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's come back to that Chile project delay
Okay.
and the slowdown in the equipment segment.
Right.
Those two things together,
Yeah.
they paint a more complex picture.
Than just those initial positive financial results.
Exactly.
So we need to kind of dig deeper
Yeah.
and understand the potential impacts Like, how will Tega manage this delay?
Right.
Will they have to adjust their production plans?
Could it impact their other product lines?
And could it put a strain on their resources?
So many questions.
And we're just getting started.
We've got a lot more to unpack, including their move into sensor technology.
Oh, right. And their commitment to sustainability.
Yeah, Tega's really pushing boundaries in those areas.
It's going to be fascinating to see where they go from here.
So stay tuned. Things are about to get even more interesting.
So let's dive into that sensor technology.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how they're using, like, cutting-edge tech in mining, right?
Yeah, it's not the first industry you think of for high tech.
Definitely not. So what are they doing exactly?
Well, during the earnings call, they talked about these sensor systems
Okay.
that can give you real-time data on how the liners are performing.
Okay, so like a constant checkup.
Exactly, so you can spot problems before they become big issues.
Makes sense, because downtime in a mine is, like, super expensive.
Oh, absolutely. Every minute counts.
So this could save them a ton of money.
Yeah, it helps optimize maintenance, reduce those costly shutdowns.
It's like they're making mining smarter.
Exactly, and we see this trend in lots of industries.
Yeah, using data to improve things.
And Tega's at the forefront of that in mining.
Pretty impressive.
And it's not just tech, they're also focused on sustainability.
Yeah, that's becoming super important for investors.
Absolutely, and customers too.
So what are they doing on that front?
Well, in FY24, they significantly reduced CO2 emissions.
Okay,
They've done a bunch of things to improve energy efficiency,
makes sense.
and they're also looking into renewable energy sources.
That's great to hear. It's not just talk. They're taking action.
Yeah, and it's not just environmental stuff.
Oh, right, the whole ESG thing.
Exactly, they're investing in social initiatives too.
Like what?
Supporting local communities,
Wow.
making sure their supply chain is ethical.
So they're covering all the bases.
Trying to, which is appealing to a lot of investors these days.
It makes you wonder, though, how much is genuine and how much is, like, market pressure?
That's a valid point. It's important to look beyond the PR.
Yeah, see if it's really part of their core values.
Because actions speak louder than words.
Exactly. Setting goals is one thing. Achieving them is another.
So we need to watch and see what they actually do.
All right, so we've covered financials, products, sustainability.
Tega's a company on the move, for sure.
Constantly adapting.
What stood out to you so far?
I think the contrast between consumables doing so well
Yeah,
and equipment slowing down
right.
makes me think they're shifting focus to higher margin stuff, like Dina Prime.
Could be. Fits with their premium pricing and innovation strategy.
But then what happens to the equipment side?
Good question. And that chilly delay adds another wrinkle.
Especially if they need to ramp up Dina Prime production.
Yeah, there are always challenges, even with good results.
Reminds you that things are never straightforward.
And then there's the whole sustainability angle.
Are they leading the way or just following the trend?
Tough to say. Investors need to look closely.
It's fascinating to see a company like Tega
Right.
at this crossroads of old industry, new tech, and ethics.
It shows that even mining can change and innovate.
So what should investors watch for in the coming quarters?
Well, first, how they handle that chili delay.
Yeah.
Can they keep consumables strong? Will Dana Prime deliver?
Right.
And do those sustainability efforts actually produce results?
Great points. It's like a roadmap for investors.
We've given the framework, but people need to do their own digging.
Because that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
We're not giving all the answers
We're giving the tools and insights so people can decide for themselves.
and encourage them to think critically.
Exactly. Don't just accept everything you hear.
Now, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
there's this one detail from the call
Okay.
about the chili delay.
The one they say won't impact revenue.
Yeah, they mentioned having alternate plans,
Oh, right. To deal with capacity limits?
but they were super vague about it.
Yeah. Just said they'd use existing facilities elsewhere.
No specifics on costs, timelines, risks, nothing.
It's a bit odd, isn't it?
Makes you wonder what these plans really are.
And how they might affect Tega's performance.
Could be smooth sailing, could be a whole new set of problems.
That's a bit of a mystery.
Adds another layer of intrigue to this whole story.
Definitely.
Shows that even with all the info we have, there are still unknowns.
And that's what makes it so interesting.
So, as we move to the final part,
Okay.
we'll explore these alternate plans a bit more
Sounds good.
and see what they might mean for Tega's future. It's kind of like a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Keeps you guessing.
And it shows you that even with, all the research, all the analysis,
Yeah.
you can never be 100% sure.
Investing always has that element of of the unknown.
Exactly. You can't predict the future.
Nope, no crystal ball.
So you got to be like ready to learn and adapt.
Always. That's key.
Can't just take things at face value. You got to dig deeper.
Ask the tough questions.
Think critically.
Challenge assumptions.
Because sometimes the most important stuff
Yeah.
is hidden.
In the things that aren't said outright.
Or the questions nobody's asking.
Exactly. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into Tega,
Okay.
I want to leave you with this.
Go ahead.
Don't be afraid to challenge the conventional wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't settle for easy answers.
Right.
And always, always keep asking questions.
It's like we're all investigators, right?
In a way, yeah.
Trying to solve the puzzle
Looking for clues.
of the financial world.
And the more you learn, the better decisions you can make.
So keep learning, keep questioning,
Keep that curiosity alive.
because things are always changing.
Business never stands still.
There's always something new to discover.
Absolutely.
I think that's a great takeaway.
I hope so.
We've covered a lot with Tega.
Yeah, we have.
Their numbers, their products, their sustainability efforts,
Even those mysterious alternate plans.
the challenges, the opportunities, the decisions ahead.
It's a complex picture.
But hopefully, our listeners feel empowered now
To do their own research.
to dig deeper,
And come to their own conclusions.
because that's what it's all about.
Empowering investors.
Giving them the knowledge and tools they need.
To make smart choices.
So, until next time,
Happy investing.
may your deep dives be successful.